Chapter 5. It was weekday mornings when Garfield was busy playing spin the bottles with Miranda, Tally, and Jack. It was Miranda's turn, and she spun the bottle, and it landed on Tally. "Miranda, you have to kiss Tally. It is the rules of the game," said Garfield knowingly.
"But Garfield, I do not want to, she is a girl," said Miranda with protesting.
"That is an order from your captain," said Garfield with command.
"Okay," said Miranda and Tally with reluctance as they went close to each other's lips for kissing. Miranda and Tally kissed for a long time with deepness. They heard their hearts beating deeply and everyone enjoyed it.
"Very good," said Garfield with approving. "Now you must take your clothes off and kiss each other more by order of the captain," said Garfield with sternness.
"Okay," said Miranda and Tally as they took off their clothes to reveal their nakedness. They then kissed even more and grasped each other. Because of the rules. Miranda and Tally grabbed each other's naked bodies, their hearts beating like one, as they kissed with mouth and tunges, while Garfield watched and nodded with approving. However, Edie interrupted the making out with important message. "Garfield, you are needed. Admiral Anderson needs to be seeing you," said Edie with urgency.
"Very well, I will be in there in a jiffy,"
said Garfield, as he took some last photos of Miranda and Tally kissing for a personal collection. Garfield then headed for Bridge with liquid speed. When Garfield reached Bridge, he spoke to Admiral Anderson on monitors.
"Garfield, this is Admiral Anderson. America needs your help. Space pirates are kidnapping the Statue of Liberty and are planning to take it to space. Please help," said Admiral Anderson in panic. "Do not worry. I am true American patriot. I will save the Statue of Liberty," said Garfield, head held high with flag waving behind. "Thank you, Garfield. We salute you. You are a true American hero," said Admiral Anderson with gratitude. "Joker, take spaceship to Earth for Liberty rescue," commanded Garfield at top of Lungace. With these words, Normandy sped to Earth with restless abandoning, crashing through asteroids and planets to save Liberty. When Normandy arrived at Earth, Garfield disembarked and headed for Statue of Liberty, which was being held hostage. "Garrus, come with me to save Statue of Liberty. Ladies, stay here and keep practicing your kissing," said Garfield with demands. Garfield and Garrus then went to Statue of Liberty with agile limbness. When reaching the Statue of Liberty, they climbed with suction cup hands like super spies. "Garfield, this makes me feel like fly on a swatter," said Garrus with feeling. "I know your feeling," said Garfield, knowing the feelings. When Garfield and Garrus reached the top, they saw the space pirates fighting a woman. It was Ashley Williams, but she was surrounded and overmatched. "I wish a man would help me," said Ashley Williams. "No need for fears. I will stop filthy piracy," shouted Garfield as he and Garrus leaped up the top of the Statue of Liberty. "Oh no, it is Garfield," said the space pirates with unison. "Get them. They will not stop our plans to steal Statue of Liberty," said the space pirate captain. Space pirate henchmen tried to fight Garfield with martial arts, but Garfield used his ninjutsu to dispose them, breaking their bones and snapping their legs like yogurt. "Time to go to space, jail space pirate," said Garfield to the space pirate captain. "No, I will steal Statue of Liberty and use it to spread liberty to the galaxy," said the space pirate captain with evil. "No, liberty only belongs in America," said Garfield with patriotism. "Die you, Garfield," said the space pirate captain as he took out his musket laser blaster to shoot Garfield. Time to feel power of red, white, and blue, said Garfield as he took out an American flag and impaled stupid space pirate with it. America is #1, said Garfield with patriotism.
Thank you, Garfield. You saved me and America, said Ashley Williams with gratitude.
It is no problem. Come back to Normandy with me,
said Garfield. With this aid, they all went back to the Normandy. When reaching the Normandy, everyone celebrated with champagne and cake. During the celebrations, Garfield approached Ashley Williams.
Ashley, come with me to the cabin, said Garfield with intent.
Okay, said Ashley Williams. When reaching the cabin, Garfield turned on smooth, sexy jazz music and also turned on his hot tub. He then took off his clothes and hopped in.
Ashley, take off your clothes and come in the hot tub with me, said Garfield with nodding head.
I do not know if I feel comfortable, said Ashley Williams with nervousness.
That is a captain's order,
said Garfield with command. Okay, said Ashley Williams, taking off her clothes and hopping into the hot tub with Garfield. Garfield then began to touching her all over with firm and gentle hands.
Let us be having sex all night.
Please touch me more, Garfield, said Ashley Williams, as squeezed Garfield's manly arms.
I will eat you in and out like lasagna breakfast, said Garfield, eyes hungry for love.
Garfield and Ashley Williams then had sexual relations all night in hot tub, while sexy, smooth jazz music played in the background. To be continued. Chapter 6. It was a sun-filled day on the Normandy, when Garfield was helping Morden Solus make science with rats for human goodness. Garfield mixed chemicals and poured them on Rat, turning it into a gerbil. Garfield, you did it. You made scientific discovery. You are a true science genius, said Morden Solus with admiration.
Yes, I have PhD in science. Now if only I can turn rats into lovely ladies for lovemakings, said Garfield with thought. That is interesting theory, Garfield. We should work on it for good of all, said Morden Solus with agreement. Garfield, this is Edie. Elusive Man has someone new for you to be looking for, interrupted Edie with urgencies. Who is the one needing finding?
Said Garfield as he looked thoughtfully into chemical bottle. It is Asari Samara the Justicar. She is on Omega looking for criminals to punish, said Edie.
Good, that is the kind of woman I can be into, said Garfield with clever smile. Time to head for Omega. Time for blast-off, yelled Garfield to crew.
The Normandy sped off to Omega with speed of roaring waterfall in the middle of quiet creeks. On arriving, Garfield hopped out to examine surroundings and find Samara. When searching, Garfield saw a rich person beating a hobo with his cane. Take this, stupid hobo! You do not have class like me, said rich person. Garfield saw the mistreatment and was bursting with outrage.
Learn respect for the hobos, you $1,000,000 fool,
roared Garfield as he broke the cane over the rich person's head. Thank you, Garfield. I am wise hobo, filled with lore, asking me your heart desires, said the hobo with wisdom.
I need to find Asari Samara. It is of galactic importance, said Garfield with importance.
I do not know where she is, but Arya will she is Asari, and knows where all Asari are. She is in club over there with the hot techno beats, said the hobo with dance rhythms.
Looks like it's time to party,
said Garfield as he prepared to suit for club. Garfield put on his club tux and golden cufflinks and expensive watch given to him by John Arbuckle. He then put on his gold lasagna chain and cool shades to top off party outfit. Garfield strutted in the club like the man, pushing dancers out of his way. He strutted up the counter to the bartender for information.
"Where is Aria?"
asked Garfield with attitude. "I cannot tell you that, it is against the rules," said the bartender with defiance. In response, Garfield grabbed the bartender's head and slammed it on the counter with force of concussions.
"Where is Aria?"
demanded Garfield again with volcanic fury.
"She is over there,"
said the bartender, pointing to Aria.
"Thank you,"
said Garfield, as he took the bartender and slid him down the counter, sending him crashing into glasses. After thanking the bartender, Garfield waltzed up to Aria with macho attitude. Aria's guards were too intimidated by Garfield's manliness to stop him, and cowered like small baby children.
"Aria, give me the information I need to know where Samara is,"
demanded Garfield with glaring eyes. "All right, Garfield, I will tell you, but there is something I want first," said Aria with hinting smile.
"You are a naughty woman, I like that,"
said Garfield with sass. "You are the manliest man I ever saw in the galaxy. I must have your body," said Aria with seduction.
"Very well, I will pleasure you. Then you must give me information,"
said Garfield with business. "Yes, please me all night long," said Aria as she tore Garfield's shirt open and grabbed his manly chest. Aria then dragged Garfield to her couch, where they made a love embrace, bringing each other sexual pleasure. Aria licked Garfield's body all over, while Garfield gave her ultimate lovings, causing her to shout and scream in joy. "Give me your best shot," screamed Aria in daring way.
"Feel the maximal pleasure of Garfield power,"
yelled Garfield in return, giving her lovings of highest quality. "Garfield, you are sending me to other galaxies!" screamed Aria with roaring love. After several hours of lovemaking, Aria was finally exhausted and told Garfield the information. "Samara is in alleyways looking for criminal fiend," said Aria while laying next to Garfield, massaging his feet.
"Thanks, chickie baby. Next time I am in town, I will stop by,"
said Garfield with relaxation as he sipped a cup of champagne. After finishing his breakfast in bed that Aria made him, Garfield set out on quest to find Samara, heading for alleyways. While exploring alleyways, Garfield saw many people laying around for no reason, not saying anything or doing anything.
"Why are you not saying or doing anything?"
asked Garfield. They did not answer, so Garfield continued on the quest. Garfield reached a dead-end alleyway when he heard someone. "Halt, I have gun pointed at you," said a mysterious voice.
"You better put down arm, or else I will take it off,"
said Garfield with fearless cool. "Relax, Garfield, it is I, Samara. I have been watching you," said Samara with mystery.
"Samara, you must join my group for galaxy adventure to stop collectors,"
responded Garfield with urgency. "Yes, I will join you, but first you must help me catch vile criminal," said Samara with calmness.
"I eat criminals like lasagna omelet for breakfast. Just tell me what to do,"
said Garfield with pride. "We must be careful. She is my daughter, the Ardat Yakshi witch woman. Her name is Morinth, and you must lure her out," responded Samara with ear in the eye.
"Daughter or no, I will give her iron-fisted justice,"
declared Garfield, fist clenched with fiery fury. "She is in the club VIP room. You must lure her out. Do not worry, she will come to you. She cannot resist your awesome manliness," stated Samara with fact.
No problem. She will know my justice, Garfield justice, said Garfield as he headed to the club. When Garfield reached the VIP room, there was a bouncer there preventing entrance for Garfield. This is VIP room. Where is your ticket? Only important people can come here, said a stupid bouncer with arrogance. Here is my ticket, said Garfield as he punched out the bouncer with one swing, knocking him into unconsciousness. Garfield then made his entry with cool, manly style. Garfield saw many people dancing with music, so Garfield decided to join in. As Garfield danced, many ladies began joining with him and dancing with him. You are best dancer in the club, Garfield, said the ladies. Oh, you ladies are too kind, but I am just amateur, said Garfield with flirting. After dancing, Garfield was approached by a mysterious lady. I saw you dancing. You are sexiest man in the room, said the lady with seduction. I speak language of dance like language of love, said Garfield with a deep, sexy voice. My name is Morinth. Let's go back to my place for some lovings, said Morinth with sexiness. That sounds like my kind of night, said Garfield with a wink and nod. Garfield followed Morinth back to her apartment for sweet lovings. In the apartment were many strange decorations. Morinth sat by Garfield and began stroking his hair in sexy manners. Garfield, why do you not relax? I will make you mine and take you to worlds of galactic pleasure, said Morinth with evil seduction. No, I think you are the one who is mine. Prepare for justice, said Garfield with cool style. Samara then crashed in and attacked Morinth and engaged in fighting. The fight was even match, as they locked in struggles. Garfield, you must help. Take her out, shouted Samara. No, kill her. I will join your team to fight collectors, yelled out Morinth in desperation. Garfield looked at both of them and smiled a clever smile. There is only one way to decide. We must all make lovings. Only then will I know, said Garfield with slyness. Okay, said Samara and Morinth as they stopped fighting and began to take their clothes off for lovemakings. Samara and Morinth both began stroking Garfield with sexy tenderness. They rubbed against him, rubbing their bodies on his while moaning in pleasure. Let's see what you ladies can do, said Garfield with a smile. Samara and Morinth then began loving each other's with sweet loving as Garfield watched with approval. All three then embraced for full-forced lovemakings, shaking the room like earthquakes. Samara and Morinth then lay exhausted with pleasure. Garfield, you are a lover of cosmic power, said Morinth with satisfaction. Yes, you are truly master of love, said Samara in agreement. Garfield nodded in agreement, and then took out his Desert Eagle and shot Morinth. Garfield, so you have decided, I see. I had decided before, said Garfield with a wink and nod. Oh, Garfield, you are truly clever and brave hero, Samara whispered with admiration. After justice had been distributed, Garfield and Samara returned to the Normandy. Garfield went up to the captain's cabin for a thought when he heard someone enter. Hello, Garfield. I must thank you for help. You are bravest hero in the galaxy, said Samara with joy. No problem. Justice is what I do, said Garfield in matter-of-fact way. I want to thank you by continuing what we started before, said Samara, rubbing Garfield's chest. I was holding back before because of duty. Let me now show you true lovings, whispered Garfield with romance. Garfield dimmed the lights and put on his favorite Souls music.
Garfield and Samara then embraced in sexual way and made lovings that rocked the ship like meteor showers. To be continued. Chapter 7. Kasumi Thief Caper. Garfield was in the captain's cabin blowing off the steam with his ladies. Jack was sitting on one side and Miranda was on the right, and Garfield had his manly arms around them, both for intimate affections. Miranda was nibbling Garfield's ear with love and adoration. Jack was wearing sexy underwear and Miranda was wearing nothing. Garfield, your ear is lovely, taste like roses, and rain in spring weathers, said Miranda with love.
Yes, my ears taste almost as good as lasagna. Keep nibbling, pussycat,
said Garfield with raring sexuality. While Garfield was enjoying his ear being nibbled, Towley walked in, dressed up in skimpy French maid outfit at Garfield requesting. I am dressed like you ordered, Garfield. Do you love me, Garfield? Am I loved? Asked Towley with affection.
Almost. First, you must dance for me in a sexy way,
said Garfield as he turned on sexy music for Towley to dance to. Towley then began doing a sexy dance with lots of flips and slips and somersaults. The dance ended with Towley pointing at Garfield with seduction. I am your woman forever, Garfield, said Towley in singing voice. Garfield nodded in approval and made a sexy motion for Towley to join him and the other ladies. However, Garfield's love fest was interrupted by Edie with importance. Garfield, the Elusive Man has new recruit for you. It is Kasumi, the master thief, said Edie with urgency.
I do not like thieves, I am hero, said Garfield with heroics.
It is okay. She is a good thief like Robin Hood. She can help steal money from the collectors, said Edie with consolation.
Very well. Where will I find womanly thief?
Asked Garfield with grudging. She is in Citadel waiting for meetings, said Edie with the answer.
I will go to bridge with orders, over and out, ordered Garfield with authority. Sorry, ladies, I must get back to work, said Garfield to the women.
No, Garfield, you promised to love me, said Towley with begging.
It is okay, hot cookies. I will be back sooner than a wink. In the meantime, practice your lovings with Miranda and Jack, reassured Garfield.
Garfield then walked out to the bridge. Garrus saw him and looked on with longing jealousy. When Garfield entered the bridge, he told Joker orders.
Joker, get to the Citadel with important business, ordered Garfield with imposing authority.
Garfield, you may be king on the battlefield and in the bedroom, but I bet you could not pilot this ship, challenged Joker with foolishness.
Step aside, I will show you how it is done,
said Garfield, as he pushed Joker out of the way and took the steering wheel. Garfield then switched off Joker's girly music, which was the Spice Girls, and put on the rockin' heavy metal he puts on whenever he goes on a cruise.
This is how men drive,
said Garfield, as he put on the acceleration to turbo, roaring through solar systems like knife through butter. Garfield, be careful, you will hit a planet, cried Joker with panic.
Shut up and learn how to be a man,
said Garfield as he went even faster. Garfield was about to crash into a planet, but then he glared at it and it moved away. After much top-notch ace piloting, Garfield arrived at the Citadel in 1/4 the time Joker would have. Garfield, you are a truly amazing man and the better pilot, said Joker with admiration.
I can teach you some moves sometime if you are ready to wear pants,
said Garfield as he slapped Joker's back. After joking with Joker, Garfield descended to the Citadel for meetings. Over here, Garfield. "It is Kasumi, come over for secret meeting," said one of the advertisements with a giant face.
"I hate commercials,"
said Garfield, as punched the advertisement, smashing it through and through. "Garfield, you smashed by commercial," said Kasumi from above.
"Yes, I have no time for techno nonsense. We must go stop collectors,"
said Garfield with leadership. "Indeed, but first you must do me favor," said Kasumi with favor.
"Sure thing,"
said Garfield as he grabbed Kasumi's breasts with hands. "No, not that," said Kasumi with blushing.
"Well, then what is it?"
said Garfield with disappointed impatience. "I need to get back stolen chip from Donovan Hawk. He killed my partner, Keiji, to get the secret chip, and now I must get it back," said Kasumi with anxiety.
"Fine, I will find this chip and crack open Hawk's head like museum vase. If you need other favor, let me know,"
said Garfield with a clever chuckle. "He is on the planet Beckenstein. Let us go," said Kasumi with hurry. Garfield and Kasumi then boarded the Normandy, headed for Birkenstein, with swift galactic speed. On the way, Kasumi briefed Garfield on the mission. "Hawk is having a party. You will sneak in as a party guest. You will go in as a secret alias," said Kasumi with quick words.
"Alias? I do not need secrets. I am a man of action,"
roared Garfield. "Please, you must. It is of importance," whined Kasumi with crying voice.
"Fine, you women must always get your ways and give me headache,"
said Garfield with exasperation. "Very good. Your alias will be Johann Lasagna Man. You will be a mercenary/oil tycoon from the Terminus Systems," briefed Kasumi with knowledge.
"I can do this,"
said Garfield with calm silence. "When we are inside, we must look for the vault where Donovan Hawk keeps art and computer chips," said Kasumi. Kasumi and Garfield landed on Beckenstein on Hawk's lawn, and were getting ready to enter party. Hawk was at the entrance greeting guests. "Hello, Mr. Johann. I am sorry you cannot enter with the women," said Hawk to Garfield. Garfield looked at Kasumi and she nodded in agreement.
"It is okay. I will find more women inside,"
said Garfield with sassy wit. Garfield then walked inside and began chatting with party guests. "Mr. Lasagna Man, come here and talk with us," said Hawk with admiration. Garfield walked over to Hawk with calm speed and sipped his glass. "Mr. Lasagna Man, you are a mercenary/oil tycoon. What do you think of the oil spill near Jupiter?" asked Hawk with curiosity.
"I think oil spills are wrong. They hurt all of the dolphins and birds. If I was there, I would crush oil with iron knuckles,"
said Garfield with fist clenched with fiery justice. Everyone stood up and clapped for Garfield's speech. "Excellent, Mr. Lasagna Man. You are a true man," said Hawk with respect. Garfield then began looking around, searching for the vault. "Where is the vault?" asked Garfield to a party guest. "It is over there," pointed the guest. "Thank you," said Garfield with gratitude as he walked to the vault. The vault was very heavily guarded with lasers and beams. "Garfield, this will take some time to break through, but I can do it. I need to find passwords and key codes to hack through barriers," said Kasumi, appearing behind him.
"No, I do this my way,"
said Garfield with fury as he punched through the vault with his mighty fist, breaking it like paper. "Garfield, your fists are force of nature," said Kasumi with observance.
"No, forces of nature show mercy,"
said Garfield as he walked into the vault. When inside the vault, Garfield and Kasumi saw many statues. Garfield went over to one statue of a naked man.
"What is this naked man doing here?"
said Garfield, looking at the statue. "That is Michelangelo's David. It is art," said Kasumi.
"He should have done statues of naked women too,"
said Garfield with nodding head. "Look, there is the computer chips," said Kasumi, seeing the computer chip.
"Ha ha! Garfield and Kasumi, I knew it was you,"
bellowed an evil voice with cold wind of hate.
"Hawk,"
said Kasumi with worry.
"I have set trap for you here. Now my minions will make you like rocks and be dead in the river,"
said Hawk with villainy.
"Send the clowns in and get the party started,"
roared Garfield. Many security guards came in and began to approach Garfield and Kasumi with guns pointing. But Garfield calmly strolled forward without care in his mind.
"Hey now, guards, please do not shoot. I do not fight. I am pacifist. See, here are my olive branches,"
said Garfield as he pulled out 2 Desert Eagles and began firing at the guards. He hit the guards with eagle accuracy, hitting them in the heads and hearts.
"My head!"
cried many guards as Garfield blew them away with lead. All that was left was the security chief, who was a girl. "You would not shoot ladies, would you, Garfield?" begged the security chief.
"No,"
said Garfield slyly, as he shot her head off twice. "Garfield, we may be able to escape through stealth," said Kasumi with invisibility.
"Stealth is for handicapped children,"
said Garfield, as he charged out into combat, shooting at more guards with bullseye marks. After plowing through enemy guards like hungry shark through water, Garfield and Kasumi finally reached outside, where Donovan Hawk was waiting in a helicopter.
"Garfield, you are toast in the morning. I have missiles locked on. Prepare for explosions,"
taunted Donovan Hawk with wickedness. Donovan Hawk's taunting enraged Garfield with anger. Garfield's eyes burned with the passion of raging inferno as he stared down Hawk. Garfield then leaped into the air and onto Hawk's helicopter like frog. He then tore open the top like can of lasagna and grabbed Hawk by the throat.
"Garfield, what are you doing? Spare me, please,"
begged Donovan Hawk with crying tears.
"I want to see a pig fly, so fly, Mr. Pig,"
said Garfield wittily as he threw Hawk out of the helicopter. Garfield then returned to Kasumi, who was spellwoven by Garfield's charm and fighting abilities. "Garfield, you are warrior like no other," said Kasumi in astonishment.
"Yes, let us return to the Normandy. Our work here is done,"
said Garfield with humbleness. Back on the Normandy, Garfield was relaxing in the captain's quarters and checking his PC for emails. One of the emails was sent by Towley and was titled "Special Treat for You." Garfield opened it up and found lots of naughty pictures Towley took of herself for Garfield's pleasure.
"I will save these to my floppy disk,"
said Garfield with eager smile. As Garfield was saving naughty pictures, he heard someone enter his room. "Hello, Garfield. I want to thank you for help," said Kasumi with gratitude.
"It is no problem, Pudding Lips,"
said Garfield with flirtation. "You are man like no other. You are 100 times more man than Keiji was. At first, I was sad, but now I am glad he is dead so I can be with you," said Kasumi with love-dove eyes.
"Missions on the battlefield are important, but missions in the bedroom are even more important,"
said Garfield quietly, as he gazed at Kasumi with sexy cat eyes. I want to show you super fun time, said Kasumi as she took off her suit to reveal a sexy nurse outfit.
Oh yeah, I need a checkup. Come here, said Garfield with approval.
Hey, I want to party too. You promised, Garfield, said another voice. It was Tally. She walked into the room, dressed up like a sexy Egyptian.
Okay, you can join us, Tally. It will be career day in the bedroom,
said Garfield as he took both Kasumi and Tally in his arms. All three of them grabbed and kissed each other deeply, making sweet lovings for many hours until dawn broke. To be continued. Chapter 8. Cataclysm, Mayhem. Garfield was boxing with Garrus in the gym for exercise. Garrus did a 1-2 hit combo, but Garfield took it like a man and laughed with spirit.
Ho ho, you better hit harder or I will be knocked out with boredom, taunted Garfield with humor.
I would like to be seeing you try hitting harder, challenged Garrus with energy.
Okay,
said Garfield as he punched Garrus, making his head up like spring and sending him flying hundreds of feet away. Garfield, you are world champion boxer. You punch like angry ox, complimented Garrus on Garfield punching.
I won championship trophy back in the days,
said Garfield, walking to his seat. Here is specially prepared lasagna with spicy sauce, said Samara, walking in with a plate of lasagna.
Thanks, Toots. It is spicy like your bod,
complimented Garfield as he let Miranda massage his muscular back. As Garfield relaxed, a hologram came to him for visiting. Garfield, this is the Elusive Man, said the hologram. Garfield glanced at the Elusive Man with casualness and lit a cigarette.
What is it, Elusive Man? I am being busy,
said Garfield with chilled relaxation as he opened up a naked ladies magazine for reading pleasure. Garfield, I am sorry to be bothering, but there is important mission. You must go to Horizon Colony. Collectors are attacking, and you must destroy them with Garfield might, said Elusive Man with urgent request.
Very well. No one attacks bases when I am on duty. Set course for Horizon,
said Garfield with protection. Garfield, no more of your shoot first, ask questions later methods. You are loose cannon, warned Elusive Man with concern.
I do this my way and my way. Get off my back, old man, you are soft like sponge,
defied Garfield like cowboy cop. Normandy zoomed through space like a wild chariot on the frozen field of flame. When arriving at Horizon, Normandy halted with screech. Garfield then descended with team to Horizon for investigation. Where are the people? There is nothing but abandonment, said Miranda with wondering. In the distance, there was moving. It was collectors coming for ambush attack and rearing for assault.
Come, you collectors scum, it's dinner time. First course, lead salad,
said Garfield, pulling out his Desert Eagles and firing at the collectors and twirling around like manly ballerina.
Haha, Garfield, we will outnumber. Prepare to be alien dissected,
said the collectors as they fired on Garfield with alien lasers. Garfield turned to the aliens and scoffed a manly scoff. He then took out 2 grenades for exploding.
Here, catch, you insects,
said Garfield as he tossed the grenades like an Olympic thrower. The grenades exploded on the collectors, making them into pieces and goo.
Do not be falling apart on me,
said Garfield with clever wit. Garfield and team continue to search Horizon for humans and clues about collectors. While searching, Garfield came upon wondrous sight. It was a female collector. She had large buxom breasts and curvy figure. She was wearing sexy dress with high heels and had luxurious long hair like silkworms. "Hello there, Garfield. I was looking forward to meeting you. Are even manlier than I imagined," said the female collector.
"Hello, Foxy Mama,"
said Garfield with lips licking like a cat on the prowl. "Why do you not come and sit with me?" said the female collector with seduction.
"You must first tell me information about collectors,"
said Garfield with interrogation. "First, you must give me what I want, and what I want is you," said the female collector with hand rubbing Garfield's chest.
"I will give you more than you're full, and then some,"
said Garfield with sparkle in his eye. Garfield and the female collector embraced firmly. The female collector the Garfield down, and wrapped her hips around him, riding him like a bull in the china shop. Garfield thrusted into her with great force, giving her rocking pleasure she never felt. "Oh, oh!" moaned the female collector as her pleasure glands filled to the maximum. The female collector and Garfield sat side by side, enjoying the moment and smoking cigarettes.
"Now you must tell me about the collectors,"
demanded Garfield with sternness. "Very well," said the female collector as she lounged. "The collectors were once Protheans and now they work for Reapers," said the female collector with knowing.
"Of course,"
said Garfield with lightbulb eureka moment. "Collectors will collect humanity for Reaper's evil plans," said the female collector.
"Not on my watch,"
said Garfield as he pulled out his Desert Eagle and shot the female collector.
"Come, we must search more,"
said Garfield to his crew. As Garfield and crew searched, they saw something approach them. It was a collector hologram.
"I am Harbinger. You will surrender, Garfield,"
said the hologram.
"Why you not come out and fight me like a man?"
challenged Garfield with clenched fists.
"In due times, Garfield, in due times. Now you will pay my piper for your refusals,"
said the Harbinger as he summoned a flying collector beetle to fight Garfield. Garfield's squad fired on the beetle, but it was too strong. "Its armor is too thick, Garfield. What will we do?" cried out Tally.
"Take this, Tally,"
said Garfield, handing her a giant rocket launcher. "What? This will not work," said Tally in confusion.
"Silence, woman,"
said Garfield as he climbed into the rocket launcher.
"Fire!"
roared Garfield. "Yes, Garfield," said Tally as she pushed the trigger, launching Garfield at the beetle. Garfield ran right through it, causing big explosions and raining beetle goo. Garfield descended from the ground and landed 2 celebrations. "You did it, Garfield! Hooray for Garfield!" everyone said together.
"It was nothing. I was just using my head,"
said Garfield with funny joke. "Ha ha 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 ha," said everyone laughing at Garfield's joke.
"Enough frolic. We must return to Normandy to examine evidence,"
said Garfield with orders. Garfield and crew returned to the Normandy, where they rested from the difficult combat. Garfield returned to the captain's cabin to enjoy refreshing lasagna martini. While relaxing, Garfield heard someone enter.
"Who enters my bachelor pad?"
demanded Garfield with stern voice. "It is me," responded the voice. It was the female collector.
"How is this be?"
roared Garfield in shock. "I followed you here, Garfield. I cannot get enough of your sweet loving. I need more," I will destroy this ship and ruin your missions unless you give me constant, never-ending lovings," demanded the female collector with sultry, seductive, sexy audacity.
"Very well, I see I have no choice. Come here, and I will give you all the lovings you can want,"
said Garfield with seductive finger wagging. The female collector jumped on Garfield and squeezed him with might of meteor shower, determined to get all lovings possible. Garfield, in turn, thrust with force of cosmic hurricane. Garfield turned on his lovemaking to maximum and surged his pleasure staff through her thighs like lightning rod. The female collector experiences pleasure unknown to her and too much to handle for her fragile self, and her head exploded from the massive lovemakings.
"Don't get a big head,"
said Garfield with smooth style as he casually strutted out sipping his lasagna martini. To be continued.